So it's March 16th, 2017, and we finally got a warm day again. Temperatures in the 70s. Feels pretty good out. Just 2 days ago, the high was 28, so we're almost 50 degrees warmer than 2 days ago. And it's been like 3 days since we did the cold front fishing and caught the 2 master angler bass, and we have got a good one here to start the day. This is a nice one. Looks like another 4-pounder. And that fish just engulfed that crankbait. Got it way down its throat. So we get it unhooked here, get a better look at it. That is another donkey. Another big fat female bass here. We'll hook her up and get a weight on her. I'm guessing 4 to 4.5 by the looks of her. And the Berkeley scale says 3.8, 3.9. Settles in here at 3.9 pounds, so not quite a 4-pounder. Real close. And we'll get a quick weight or length on her. And she comes in at 19 inches, so not a master angler, but a really nice fish. We'll get her back in here and get back to fishing again as we hook up with another fish. This one felt pretty good for a second there, but now he's not feeling all that big. So we get this fish into the bank. Yeah, he's not that big. Got a face full of weeds. Gotten the moss on me. We can get him cleaned off here, and he's hooked kind of funny, so he felt a lot bigger than he was. Not a real big one. We'll get it unhooked, and maybe like a pound. Something had a hold of it here at one point. Some kind of bird or something. Looks like had a hold of it, but we'll get it back in and get back to fishing and hook up with another good fish. Feels like this feels like another good one. Oh yeah, this one's another 3-pounder. Maybe 3, yeah, 2.5 to 3.5 pounds, I'd say, somewhere in there. Long fish, not particularly fat. And again, just choked that crankbait. They are eating heavy today when they eat. Fish is bleeding just a little bit here, so we'll hurry and get a weight on it and get it back in the water. It's the bad thing about fishing these lipless crankbaits is when they really get to eating it like this, get hooked down in the gill area, and not necessarily a good thing. But this fish comes in at 2.9, 3.0 pounds, so right at 3 pounds. Get this fish released back into the water here and get back to fishing. So we got a 3.9, then we got a small one, then we got a 3.0, and now we're hooked up with another small one, it feels like. So we get this fish in. Yeah, it's not too bad. Again, just choked that crankbait. Eating that thing head first and just swallowing that crankbait. These fish are wanting to eat. The cold front didn't mess them up too much. Not a real big one, maybe a pound and a half. So we let this fish go and get back to fishing. So we got a little pattern going. Catch a big one, catch a small one. Catch a big one, catch a small one. But we're hooked up again, and this is not a big one. So the pattern's broken. Fish got down in the weeds. Got a bunch of hydrilla here. That's what these fish are sitting in. It's these clumps of hydrilla. As we change spots here, move on down the lake a little bit. I'm just paralleling this bank. There's a weed bed that runs down the parallel to this bank here, and I'm casting to the outside of that weed bed, just bringing my lure back along that weed bed. And first cast down here, hooked up with what feels like a really good fish here. This fish feels pretty doggone big. So I adjust the drag a little bit. This fish getting me down in the weeds. And it's fighting pretty good. This bank's kind of steep here, so I'm going to have to try and get down here where I can reach it when I get it up to the bank. Another good one. Another one in the 3 to 4 pound range. So we get this fish up. It's not done quite yet. Oh, it's trying to get me in these weeds here along the bank. But we get it up here, and this fish, again, just choked that crankbait. Swallowed that thing way down in its throat. So we get this fish unhooked. Thing is hooked. Just totally engulfed that crankbait. I worked to unhook this treble hook that's way down in there. Another quality largemouth here. Gonna have to come at this from another direction here as we get this fish unhooked. Get a quick weight on it and get it back in. So we got this fish unhooked. Hook it up on the scale here and get a weight on it real quick. And this fish is going to come in at 3.6, 3.5, 3.6. Kind of bouncing between 3.5 and 3.6. Another pretty nice one. This fish is bleeding some. So we want to get this fish back in right away. Let her go as she swims away. We move on further down the lake here. And this fishing's been, after that first spot, been pretty tough sledding. Catch one here and catch one there, but it's a long ways in between. Not catching a lot of fish today in any one spot. Having to move around a lot. But I got a pretty nice one on here. So I get it up to the bank. I'm gonna have to kneel down here and get a hold of this fish. This bank's a little steep right here. Get on my knees and get down and grab this fish. And that is a pretty good one. That's going to be another 1 over 3. And again, just engulf that crankbait. That is another quality largemouth for Nebraska. That is pretty good. So we'll get a quick weight on it and let this fish go. So we hook it up And the scale says 3.2, 3.1, 3.3, 3.2, 3.2 pounds, so almost 3 1/4. Pretty nice one. That is our 4th bass, 3 pounds or better today, so that's pretty good. I'd like to get one more as we move around the lake again and hook up with another fish. It is not going to be a 3-pounder, I don't believe. Fighting pretty good though. We'll get it up here and see what we got. Not a bad fish, but it's not going to be a 3-pounder. Probably close to 2 pounds, maybe. Maybe 1.5 pounds. 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, somewhere in there. Not even gonna weigh it. So we keep on fishing. That sun sinks lower and lower, and it's starting to get behind the trees. We hook up with our final fish of the day, and this fish does not feel all that big. Unfortunately, we're not going to get our 5th 3-pounder of the day. It does not look like. But it's another fish. So we get this fish up to the bank here. It's fighting pretty good, but not very big as it swims right up on the bank here. Front hook pops out, and that fish is a pound to 1.5 pounds probably. So that's all we got today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll catch you on the next one.